In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
I ain't gonna be eating nothing but cats and dogs. Yeah, that's right. I eat dog now. One time, I lived off of nothing but aquarium fish for 1 month.
My Mexican stepped on a dog.
Hello and welcome to a special episode of the Two Shot Factor. Trump versus dogs and cats and Harris. Kamala Harris at times seemed a little like, I never did that, that's not true. And all of a sudden, and we have to come together for the future of America. She basically just all of a sudden becomes overly emotional instantly in these pre-rehearsed spots that look all great to a lot of the people. I mean, it probably would make sense if you threw it into a Billie Eilish song.
What is happening in our country? Working people, working women who are working 1 or 2 jobs, who can barely afford childcare as it is, have to travel to another state. Travel to another state.
Let's take a look at some of the comments.
Some are good and some are bad. Can't ask your mama or even your dad. Just send them to Derek to shot. He'll set you straight, he's got what it takes. He'll answer your comments while eating cornflakes. Comments.
I get all the arguments against Trump, but I don't understand any argument in favor of Harris. Like none. What is she even doing there? She looks like she got lost on her way to the bar. First they kicked Joe out, and then she came out of hiding. I forgot she was even the VP. I went to the border and couldn't find her. He's like, where's Kamala? I'm at the border. This is a tag team, unfair system, I tell you. It's okay, keep fighting Trump, you got this. Yeah, it did seem like Trump was being corrected, like, that's actually not true that happened. We're just fact checking that didn't happen. There was no reports of any eating of animals.
They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets.
Since when do moderators get into the debate and give their opinions? We don't give a crap what moderators think. Talk about one-sided. This wasn't a debate, but an attack. 3 against 1. I will no longer watch ABC and have now decided to vote for Trump. No one will ever manipulate me into voting for someone. The one thing you hear over and over again, and it gets so tiring trying to search for all the statistics, is Trump's lying and she's telling the truth the whole time, and fact-checking. Now they bring in fact-checking for this. Since when did moderators, I guess during COVID, that's when fact-checking really started. And who actually started that? Joe Biden. He's the one who started it through, I believe, Twitter, just saying that you couldn't say all these things about medical misinformation, and became one-sided, and they would shut down all types of posts and delete them so you could lose your access to Facebook posting and messaging for entire months even. And Joe Biden's the one who did that. Kamala was in power for 4 years now. What was done? Nothing. The January 6th thing, I mean, God, that's the one thing that looms over, right? I mean, did he really incite them? Like, what did he actually say?
We fight like hell, and if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore. He said his defense lawyers, however, point to a different passage in which Trump said,
I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard. They argue that his words were not a call for actual violence and lawlessness.
We are the world. We are the children. We are the one to make a brighter day.
They are not countering each other's points, like a shitfest of back and forth. You did this wrong instead of actually defending the point. Yeah, how many times does a question come up and they answer some other question?
When it comes to the economy, do you believe Americans are better off than they were 4 years ago?
So I was raised as a middle-class kid.
Do you believe Americans can afford higher prices because of tariffs?
They're not going to have higher prices.
Vice President Harris says that women shouldn't trust you on the issue of abortion because you've changed your position so many times. Therefore, why should they trust you?
Well, the reason I'm doing that vote is because the plan is, as you know, the vote is, they have abortion in the 9th month.
J.D. Vance has said that you would veto if it did come to your desk.
Well, I didn't discuss it with J.D. in all fairness. We don't have to discuss it because she'd never be able to get it, just like she couldn't get student loans. They couldn't get student loans. They didn't even come close to getting student loans.
Why did the administration wait until 6 months before the election to act? And would you have done anything differently from President Biden on this?
So I'm the only person on this stage who has prosecuted transnational criminal organizations for the trafficking of guns, drugs, and human beings.
Why did you try to kill that bill, and successfully so? That would have put thousands of additional agents and officers on the border.
First, let me respond as to the
Please.
rallies.
How would you deport 11 million undocumented immigrants? I know you believe that number is much higher. Take us through this. What does this look like? Will authorities be going door to door in this country?
Yeah, it is much higher because of them. They allowed criminals, many millions of criminals.
A really quick response here, Vice President Harris, on this notion of weaponization of the Justice Department.
Well, let's talk about extreme.
Values have not changed. So then why have so many of your policy positions changed?
So my values have not changed, and I'm going to discuss every one of the, at least every point that you've made. But in particular, let's talk about fracking because we're here in Pennsylvania.
Is there anything you regret about what you did on that day?
You just said a thing that isn't covered. Peacefully and patriotically, I said during my speech, not later on.
Is there anything you regret about what you did on that day? Yes or no?
I had nothing to do with that other than they asked me to make a speech.
One of your campaign's top lawyers responded saying, "We won't let Donald Trump intimidate us. We won't let him suppress the vote." Is that what you believe he's trying to do here?
Donald Trump was fired by 81 million people.
Now an estimated 40,000 Palestinians are dead. Nearly 100 hostages remain. Just last week, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said there's not a deal in the making. President Biden has not been able to break through the stalemate. How would you do it?
Well, let's understand how we got here.
How would you negotiate with Netanyahu and also Hamas in order to get the hostages out and prevent the killing of more innocent civilians in Gaza?
If I were president, it would have never started.
Do you want Ukraine to win this war?
I want the war to stop.
Do you believe it's in the U.S. best interest for Ukraine to win this war, yes or no?
I think it's the U.S. best interest to get this war finished and just get it done.
If elected, how would you deal with Vladimir Putin, and would it be any different from what we're seeing from President Biden?
Well, first of all, it's important to remind the former president you're not running against Joe Biden, you're running against me.
Vice President Harris, have you ever met Vladimir Putin? Can you clarify tonight?
Yet again, I said it at the beginning of this debate, you're going to hear a bunch of lies coming from this fellow. And that is another one. When I went to meet with President Zelensky, I've now met with him over 5 times.
Do you believe you bear any responsibility in the way that withdrawal played out?
Well, I will tell you, I agreed with President Biden's decision.
Do you have a plan, and can you tell us what it is?
Obamacare was lousy health care, always was.
What is your plan today?
Well, first of all, I absolutely support, and over the last 4 years as vice president, private health care options. But what we need to do is maintain and grow the Affordable Care Act. But I'll get to that, Lindsay. I just need to respond to a previous point.
What would you do to fight climate change? And Vice President Harris, we'll start with you. 1 minute for you each.
Well, the former president had said the climate change is a hoax.
These guys are like the worst Jeopardy players ever. Can we get like a mashup of that? Can we do that?
This cereal's flavors include Honey Nut and Honey Nut Medley Crunch.
China.
That's right, and that takes you to 3,400. You've got
We need to move forward, turn the page. In other words, Harris, what is your opinion on immigration? We need to move forward. We need to turn the page. Donald Trump went to court and was impeached. Criminal record. He's going November. He's going to be sentenced.
To get on a plane sitting next to strangers. Sitting next to strangers.
He's never going to be able to get into office anyway, no matter what happens. He's going to go to jail. He's going to be made to lose. It's like Donald Sutherland said about JFK when he was playing that character that knew some behind-the-scenes black ops stuff, that he couldn't be allowed to escape. No matter how many people died, no matter how much money was spent, JFK had to be assassinated. And who's phoning me right now? It's Mike McDouble. Let's listen to him. Yo, Mike McDouble, you're live on the Two Shot Factor right now. What's up?
Not much. I thought I'd give you a call.
I'm talking about Donald Trump. Did you watch the debate between Trump and Harris last night?
No, I didn't see it. No.
Well, who do you think's what do you think of Harris though? Like, is she good for president, or are you going with Trump? Let's go.
It'll be the first woman president if it is.
Yeah, because Hillary Clinton failed before.
I'm gonna go for the lady then. I'll see if the lady can get it.
Why not Trump? Come on, man. What's up?
Well, he got fined a bunch of money for. They took a bunch of his money back because he was stingy.
They took his money away. God. So what have you been eating lately? What kind of food have you been eating?
I have a thing wrong with my bowels So I have to eat soft food like oatmeal and yogurt and stuff like that. So I gotta eat soft food.
When are you gonna get back to the normal stuff? When are you gonna be able to eat hamburgers and steaks?
I'm starting to heal. My stomach is starting to heal up. I'm starting to get better. But
That's good. That was Mike McDouble, ladies and gentlemen. Harris was wearing smart earrings. She was being coached. See, they had people. They said it on Twitter. She was getting information. Let's take a look here. There they are. Look at her earrings. Busted. See, Nova earrings. And they're very cute, too, because they knew that the little bottom part, see how it sort of holds the earring up, kind of like a torch or something? They've got like the little ring thing that goes through. They've changed it. They changed it because then people would say, oh, it's not exactly the same. Like, obviously the ball is the same. It's just the bottom part. They're Nova H1 audio earrings. She's sitting there often thinking, it's like, and the reason for that, Donald Trump, is 8.4 squared. You're right for $500. Not so fast, Kamala, not so fast.
Right now, just stay calm. Now attack him on his criminal record. Say that that's crazy. Okay, feel free to interrupt right now. You'll get under his skin and you'll get a pass. The moderators will allow you to interrupt several times.
Yeah, no, I mean, she gets into these real speechy type moments where it's like Reese Witherspoon, Legally Blonde.
Invited the Taliban to Camp David, a place of storied significance for us as Americans.
Reese Witherspoon would have made a way better president than Kamala Harris. Trump reminds me of my younger brother who just happens to smoke crack. Harris avoided discussing any policies. All she could say is, I have a plan. I will make you richer. Yet she can't say how she'll do it. She has no plan. The fact her administration has not yet done anything shows that she has no plan. She has no plan. She lied. The economy is great over and over again for 3.5 years. Yet now she says she'll fix the economy if she gets elected for votes. But we all know she can't fix anything. She can't. She has no plan. Sam, it's okay. I am. Donald Trump said he wanted to get Ukraine done and solved, and he'd have it figured out within like 24 hours. You know, I talked to the president of Hungary, and he said, and these are his words, not mine, Trump is the scariest, most intimidating man. They're scared of him. Putin is scared of me. China, North Korea, they're scared of me. And look at Kamala over there, lying. You know, she eats dogs. She ate my dog. I had a beautiful little dog. We called him Spot. I need some food, and please don't give me any dog meat or cat meat. I don't understand. She's the VP of the current government, so why doesn't she do all the things she wants to do when she wins? Why not do it now? Okay, the guy can't write very good. Why not do it now? Why wait till the win? This is what Trump said at the end. She's had 3 years. She's the VP. She was the former czar of the Mexican border. A lot of people got across there. I don't have any real jokes for this kind of thing. I've said before, and I'll say it again, Joe's word that Donald had anything to do with the bipartisan boner bill? What the hell does that say? Border bill. I thought it said boner bill. The second bipartisan